So, good morning. I think this is day one of my week in the life. Well, as you can see, I'm in my car and I'm out and about in the delights of Slough. And today I'm doing my job. I've got on a me-made LED wrap dress, which I'll stick a picture of in here. And I am visiting schools this morning and then running a persistent absentee working party this afternoon. So my job is working for a local authority and I deal with attendance. And no, I don't just find parents before anyone asks. I do lots of other things, including giving a lot of advice and support to our schools. Today I was pretty tired in the morning. Often I will get up and do a little something in the morning, but I didn't today. I am planning to sew this evening when I get home. I'm in the middle of a gift for someone with fluffy fabric and oh my goodness, I felt like a cat with a furball the other night when I'd been sewing with it. And so I'm going to try and get that done and also finish my Advent gift selection for the lovely Christine of Gemini Stitches. And so I'll do a few little more bits during my day today and then I'll take you to my sewing. I'm pretty excited because this weekend coming is the trip to Slough for the shopping fabric. I know, Slough again, and also one of my virtual socials. So that's why I'm taking you along so you can see us get up to those things as well. Right now I need to go on my next visit to another school. I have decided already that whilst I like the look of the LED wrap dress, it's not the best everyday dress for me. I'll talk to you about that a bit more later when I show you my outfit. So you can probably see in the background where I am now. Yes, I've done 2 school visits and it's lunchtime, so I'm stopping for a mini McFlurry and a little bit bite to eat because I've got another thing to do this afternoon. I'm running a working party and then I'll be heading home after that. So I'm just going to sit and chill for a minute, probably watch a YouTube video on my phone and read some of the lovely comments that people have been writing about my latest vlog where I worked out how much a handmade versus high street wardrobe is costing. So thank you everybody for your lovely comments on that, and I'm looking forward to doing some sewing this evening. It will be the first time this week. Okay, well I'm home and it's been a really long day, so I'm just going to relax for a bit, check there's nothing urgent with work to do, and then I'm going to get changed and do some sewing. So as I mentioned earlier, I thought I'd show you what I'm wearing. So I've got an old jumper on that I bought many years ago. I don't need primer, funnily enough. I do debobble it every now and again. And then underneath I have my LED wrap dress. And I've put it with the jumper like this because you just don't know in this weather where you're going and what the temperature will be. Excuse me, I'm a woman of a certain age, so I get hot, so I need to be able to peel off layers. But it was 6 degrees when I left the house this morning, so I needed that sort of snuggly jumper. I like the way it fits over the LED wrap dress. However, I've decided this is not a pattern I'm going to sew a lot. Luckily I've got something underneath. This is like, I don't know what's happened here, look, this doesn't feel right. So whether I need to actually take up a bit in the shoulders maybe for the future. I know I talked about with the previous one it kind of pulling forward, but I think it's a dress that I'd have to do a lot of work to wear regularly. It's fine with like long sleeve tops underneath, and I'd have been fine if I'd got really hot. So there it is, but I think verdict wise, the Westcliff wrap dress, which I know is jersey but is a faux wrap, works better. It's been fine today and it's worked, but it's definitely not, now I've worn it a bit, it's definitely not top of my list of ones that I'm going to sew more of. Right, let's get changed. I might take you sewing with me. So here we are sewing the monster fluffy creation, lining, hood, outer. I'm watching the Robbie documentary and I'm having to repair a hole that I made when I realised I'd made a mistake and went to unpick it, and hiding under here is a hole, but that's fine, it's going to repair and it's having a lining anyway. I'm about to do the tricky bit, which is doing the cuffing for the sleeves where you end up with no exposed seam. Wish me luck. Morning everyone, it's 6:30 a.m. and I'm doing a little bit of sewing. I start work at 8 a.m. so I've got a little bit of time to do something. I'm still working on my Friday gift November gifts, so I'm going to get on with those a bit this morning. I was thinking about Friday sales. I was reading about people's schedule of uploading, that's why that came up. So here is the ball of the gift I'm working on. Oh my goodness, the fluff. I often think about the ethicalness of handmade shop brought clothes, and that's why years ago I stopped buying fast fashion. But when I was sewing with this fluffiness the other night, I got upstairs and my eyes were dry and the back of my throat, I felt like a cat with a fur ball, and it made me think about where these shop bought ones are made and who's making them, and are they being taken care of. I'm thinking I probably should have worn a mask while sewing with it, to be honest. But it did really cause me to think about that a lot, which it's something I think about anyway, but it really pushed my thinking on it when I was realising how much it was getting me. Annoyingly, I've got a little bit of the hood that's not got caught in the stitches, and so I need to unpick a tiny section, and the blue I chose matches the lining so well I can't easily see the stitches, so I'm trying to unpick just a little bit, but this cuddle fleece is so fragile to being unpicked as well. I'm just going to turn another light on. Yes, that there is my scraps stash behind there. Let's stay blocking that, I think. So I can't unpick it from the cuddle fleece side because I already had an issue when I tried to unpick the pocket, because I put the hood on the other way around to the kangaroo pocket, so it ended up with the kangaroo pocket on the back. I ended up having to unpick the hood instead because I thought the kangaroo pocket would be easier. It was not, and I ended up making a hole, which I then had to repair with a patch behind when I stitched that bit of the kangaroo pocket back on. So I can't risk going near. You can't see the stitches anyway, I can assure you. There's no way you can see the stitches in there. But even if you could, it's so it doesn't hold up well to like the unpicker going near it. It just gives in, and you end up with like a whole chunk of the fabric still attached, as opposed to unpicking the thread. And I've got now 5-6 layers here. So yes, I finished last night the jumper. I didn't film that, I'll show you that later. Once I get this finished, this is the last internal bit, and then I've just got the top stitching around the bottom to do and around the collar. Then I want to get on with a test sew of a Stella sweatshirt by Fibre Mood, because if I like that, I'm going to make one for my stepdaughter. And so I just don't want to make it without doing a test one, because it's a new pattern, it's got interesting panels, it's not a straightforward jumper, and I don't want to waste They're lovely fleece back sweatshirting I've got, so I'm going to make it in some really cheap like French terry first, just to see how the pattern works. So this morning has involved a lot of this, and a lot of typing on this for my job. And then in my lunch break, which I'm taking now, a bit of editing on here. Loving the fact that the sun is out, so I'll just stop this so that you can see me. So yes, here I am sat in my home office / sewing room / room where I put things. This is my chalkboard behind here where I plan all my vlogs and everything. So yes, I've been working all morning after you saw me this morning sewing in the early hours. It's my lunch break, so I'm working on a quick vlog for everyone about small business Black Friday deals. I'm going to whip out, I'm going to treat us to an M&S Corimbo sandwich for lunch. And then this afternoon finish working by 4:30 hopefully, so I can get on with some sewing. I've been in virtual meetings, I've been contacting parents etc. this morning. I'm very happy the sun is out, but the cold weather is coming, and I'm already thinking about my outfit for tomorrow because it's the shopping trip to JB Fabrics. Actually, I'll take you along with me. Right now, if you wonder what I'm wearing, I've got an M&S turtleneck on from a few years ago, a really soft pink fluffy jumper I bought years ago in Zara, and you can't see them because they're under my desk, but a pair of Stella joggers, till in the button ones, like toile ones that I just wear when I'm at home. Definitely don't want you to see them because there's a chocolate stain on them, I've realised. So I'm going to change my trousers before I whip out to M&S. Okay, so it's the evening now. I've finished wear. I thought I'd show you my outfit for the day. I mentioned it earlier, so it's pink fluffy, patterned roll neck, wide leg trousers, just like a casual everyday outfit. I am now going to cut out the Stella jumper by Fibre Mood in a trial fabric before I do it in the more expensive one. So I'll show you how I do with that. Okay, so I have laid out the print, had it printed from Fibre Mood, Fold Line, and I've traced all the pieces. They're all there. Annoyingly, my tracing paper was at the end of the roll, so everything's like really curly. Yes, I traced because I'm going to be making another size in this, so I did not want to cut it, and it is my first go. And usually I have printed the instructions. I often read them on my phone, but it just felt like I needed to print these ones. So now I'll show you the fabric. So this is going to get out the way. The lights reminds me of being at school, of folding up an ordnance survey map. If you're curious what I cut on, I've got 2 pieces of this MDF board that I use, and they can travel around the house wherever I want. So it's this striped French terry. Got it super cheap on Rainbow Fabrics, but I thought it'd be a great experiment with the new pattern. And it also says you can play with the stripes, which I love. So I'll show you how I go. Morning everyone, it's Saturday. It's silly early because I couldn't sleep. So I'm up, I'm working on my laptop with a hot drink, which you can't see. And yes, I'm in my dressing gown again. Just sending out everyone the info for the virtual social tomorrow, making sure everyone's got all the logins and everything they need, setting up the virtual swaps table, etc. And I'm just sending everyone parking info for today's shopping trip. Sadly, one of the ladies is poorly and she was bringing some friends, but what can you do? But I will organise a new shopping trip in the new year, and I hope she feels better soon. I need to go and get dressed in a bit and think about having some breakfast, which I find tricky early in the morning. And then I'll be off to pick up the lovely Mary, and I'll take you with me on my shopping trip. Okay, so I've got dressed. I'm wearing my patina blouse hack dress with the piping up at here and on the yoke, and it's from JB Fabrics, this fabric, so I thought that would be nice. So I thought I would get ready the rest of my outfit with you. So I'm just popping the belt on. It is frosty outside. It is our first frost of the winter or autumn or whatever we're calling this. So I've got to allow an extra 5 minutes to defrost the car. That's great, isn't it? Just like really, I'm looking out though, the sun is out, the sky is blue, I can see a red kite sat in a tree, but it feels like -3 outside, so that's great. So I've gone for a roll neck underneath and a pair of matching coloured snag tights. So let's just get a bit of a face on. I don't want to do too much, just a little bit. So I'm not sure if you are interested, but I use the Trini London BFF cream, so it's like a tinted moisturiser. My face gets very dry, and so putting a bit of tinted moisturiser on does both for me. It's got great coverage actually. It just levels out my face. If you've not watched Trini do hers, now I feel like Trini doing her, she really massively rubs it in. That makes my face go super red when I do that. I'm going to put a little bit of something under my eyes. Where is it? Why can't I see it? There it is. So I use the Max Factor eye eraser. No, sorry, Maybelline. It's got like a little sponge thing. So I'm just going to do that there, get rid of that red bit there. And then just spread that in a bit. I don't put a huge amount on. Sometimes I put a little bit on my nose because when it's cold my nose goes red. I don't have to put blusher on because my face is so naturally red. Can you see that? There, that is just me. I'm just going to put a little bit of just a slightly coloured eyeshadow on. I just feel it helps just bring a bit of something to my eyes. Not much, I just do a little. Sometimes I'll do my eyebrows. These are my natural eyebrows, so I've not had anything done to them. It's just how they are. So sometimes I'll put a bit of colour on, depending on what I feel like. Just let all that settle in for a minute. Get some lippy on. I love a bit of lippy. It's funny because when I was younger, I didn't like lipstick on me at all. But as I've got older and I've had a stronger colour in my face, I find that lipstick just helps balance it all out. So last thing is I'm going to pop on some mascara. I do sometimes get my lashes tinted and curled up, but not very often. So I do prefer it to mascara because I do feel like the mascara, it just sometimes irritates my eyes. And also it ends up everywhere by the end of the day, and I don't want to keep using waterproof. It really ends up causing me styes and things. And then sometimes, today I feel like it might be a day, I'm going to put a teensy weensy bit of this highlighter stick here, just a little something. I'm looking at my eyebrows and deciding I don't think they need anything. There we go, that's my face done. Occasionally if I am looking washed out or I've got a more bigger coverage and I might put a blusher on, but I just don't really need it. These earrings are new. I bought them from some shop when we went shopping in Milton Keynes. Right, so now I'm going to defrost the car and then I'm off to pick up Mary. Just thought I'd show you the whole outfit. There we go. Our shopping trip to JB Fabrics. I'm going to put some pics in after this of us looking around, of the lovely lady that owns it. Thank you to lovely Sheila and Tessa who came. Had a brilliant time with you and Mary. We were saying how looking at fabric in person is so much nicer than looking at it online. We also said that shopping for fabric with other people is very different from shopping on our own. And all four of us have been fabric shopping on our own and would fabric shop on our own, but we said there is something different about going with other people. You feel less rushed because you know that everyone else is looking and you don't feel like you've got to hurry. We also felt happy to do many laps of the shop because we were there together and we were calling out to each other. We also helped each other find things. So like, for example, one of us would dig in a bit and then one of us would dig as well. It's the kind of shop where you've got to dig to find the good stuff. And also we were recommending bits to each other, and we stopped, they made us a coffee and biscuit, and it was lovely because we had time to stop and chat. And also, even when we were having our fabrics cut, we were still able to like show each other things, and there was no pressure, but we were also talking about what would you make with that, and have you seen this, and all of that kind of thing. Just slowed it down from when you go on your own. And also they just let us bank everything up that we were thinking of buying. There was no pressure, no expectation to make decisions. It was lovely, and it's definitely something I would do again, and I do hope that the ladies who came felt the same. I will organise another trip sort of February, March time, because it was just great. I had a lovely time, and Mary and I had an amazing chat in the car. I loved it. I loved chatting to you, Mary, and it's just lovely to talk to people and about sewing and life and things like that. So I'm going to show you now what I've got. It is what it is. So this one they had in a blue and an orange colourway as well, but you'll see why I chose this colourway. So it's purple. It's got this amazing pattern on it here. I wish you could feel how soft it is, and it's backed like this, so it's like a lightweight sweatshirt. I'm going to make a bat wing sweatshirt jumper in this. If you watch my Sunday sews that came out before this, I've shared the Stella sweatshirt from Fibre Mood that I've made. This is just gonna, yeah, look at it. Okay, I'm glad I got it. I nearly didn't, and I would have had regret, so I'm very happy. I was looking, and I think I've mentioned before, I was looking for some really good quality sturdy jersey. Probably really thinking about it, it's probably needed a Ponte or a scuba to make a more sort of fancy Scirocco. Well, get ready for what I found. Look at this. Now these bits here are like leopards or cheetahs sleeping, but look at that. Oh my goodness. They had it in a red colourway, which Sheila got the last of, and I realised now it would make an amazing sweatshirt as well. Oh my goodness. And they had it in a chocolatey brown as well. So can I get this out like this? Look at that, look. Let me bring it really close for you. It is the quality, like the stretch this way. There's nothing, you don't lose any of the integrity of it. And if you remember, I have the green version of this velvet. I mean, how could they have such an amazing selection of these velvets? I should have got you a picture of them all. There's just so many. I want you all to come shopping with me so that other people can get the other selection. They're just, look at this one, look at the colour of that. Okay, so I do think this is going to be the orage, you know, with the cutout here. Then I got something a bit more practical. I don't know exactly what this is. It is clearly some kind of stretch fabric, because look at the stretch. I wish you could feel how soft it was. I thought this would make a lovely long sleeve top. It's got a lot of drape, so I felt that I've seen a couple of tops where you've got like a sort of gather here, like an interesting neckline, so I thought this would be great for that. I got 1.5 meters of that. And then I found this end of roll. Look at this. Let me get up close. Look at that. Oh, look, can you see the shine on it? I got the last bit. There was exactly 2 meters left. That, look at that with the gold. Oh, I thought that would make an amazing blouse. I was thinking like a patina or something like that. How could I not? And then we were digging around where there was like the silk and the taffetas, and I found this, and this was the last of it. They explained to me that it was originally for sari. but this is all they had, so I got the last bit. Look at the panel, the decoration on here, and it moves along like this. And look, there's the trees. So I was thinking of like some palazzo pants. Oh, thank you, sunshine, or something of that nature. So there's trees all the way along, and design, isn't it? But so I got a few little what word do I want? Trims. That's the word I want. So I got this one. Look at that. Imagine that, like around the bottom of a denim jacket or something. There's a trim that I can't show you because it's for Christine's advent calendar, and some white piping. They had lots of colours, but you know, like where I love a bit of piping, I thought a white would be good to have. So that was mine. Mary bought some amazing like coating fabric, like this boucle, and they had this other soft coating. They've got some wool coating coming in. They're going to send me pictures, so I'll share it with you on Instagram when it comes in. If you're coming to any of my socials or anything and you realise that you would like me to grab something, do let me know, because they don't sell online. Now we've got weird light now. What's going on? Oh, it's one of those days today. And Mary also got some lovely light fabric for tops. Sheila got this amazing fabric. Watch out in the photos. It's all these different parts of fabric. She got some cord for some trousers. And I'm trying to think, she got something else gorgeous as well. And Tessa got the most amazing fabric. Every time I go in, I look at it. It's just glorious, and it's fully embroidered all over. And she got this silk, like it was the shimmer on it was just, oh. So it was a great time. And then this afternoon I am going to get on with my gift to November, finish my advent calendar gift for Christine, which I need to do some sewing for that as well. And I also need to think about what I'm going to sew during the virtual social tomorrow. So I'm going to whip and have some lunch and get changed, because I'm going to be crawling around on the floor probably, and get started on the next things. So this is how we roll at the weekend. These 3 delicious M&S items were all reduced. So what we decided to do was to have some for lunch, some of each for lunch, and the rest for dinner. So a bit like what we'd call a picky tea bits, but this is how we roll at the weekend. Right, on for some sewing. Okay, good morning. Yes, I'm in this again, but I'm at home and it's extra chilly this morning because today is Sunday, and delights of all delights, the house that we rent, which has a super old boiler, has stopped working this morning. So I got up about 7:30, ready to go and do some cutting out, and popped the hot water on, came up to the bathroom, ping, all the power went off, and we had a look at our neighbours. They were in the dark, so we thought maybe it was a local one. And then I said, let's just check the fuse board anyway. The fuse was off, so we clinked back on, everything came on, and then I realised that the heating hadn't come back on, so I switched it off for a bit. Switched it back on. We're now 2 hours later, no heating. So I've lit a fire. We've got the electric heater out the loft, but it now means no hot water either because it's a boiler and it heats the hot water too. So that's a great start to today. So enough of that moaning. Today's plan is I've got a couple of vlogs to film. They're ones I can film in advance. Most I don't, but there's a couple I can film in advance. And also I need to tidy my office / sewing room because 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock today is the virtual social, and I like to do that in my office because it stays warmer in there, and I've got a nice desk in there that I can easily put like my laptop on and things, and plugs are nearby, but it's not looking great. So I'm going to take you now. We'll just have a look. Okay, right. Sorry, I know the light's not as great in here, but I think it's probably better to talk to you in here. This is the boxiest of box rooms, by the way. Sewing really helps my mental health, but what it also means is that if I am trying to focus on being, that's better. Sewing helps my mental health, but if I'm trying to focus on the kind of creating and sewing I want to do, sometimes it's quite a creative process. There are other times when it's really simple. So I get my cutting board out, I get out my fabric, I get out my patterns, I cut them out, I put them in the zippy pockets, and then I can just sit at my sewing machine when I want and sew. That doesn't massively make a mess. But there are other times, like right now, where I've been creating some gifts for Christine, as I mentioned yesterday, and I'm creating some Secret Santa gifts for the Sewing Social next weekend. And on those times, I want to get things out and I want to lay fabrics together and I want to try things out, and then my brain goes to something else. And so like this morning my brain was thinking about making infinity scarves, then my brain's thinking about printing and creating an image for a gift. And so what happens in the creative process is I need to look at the things I've got. So you'll have seen yesterday in this that I showed getting my Christmas bits out. Well, then I need to lay them all out. I need to remind myself what I've got because it's been a year since I've looked at them. Then I want to see which fabrics go with which, and I love that process, but it's not a tidy process. Flip the camera around, and I'm just going to pan round. No judging, please. Please be kind to me. And I'm sure others of you would be as distressed as my other half gets at the thought of this. But I have created my whole life, and for my whole adult life where I've been able to have autonomy in that, I accept that mess is part of my process. I'd be really interested in the comments if that's the same for anyone else. And that's because, like, my channel is called Secret and Girly Creates, because I'm creating, I'm not just making. So I'm not always following what someone else has said to do. And so creating, I have these two parts, and well, here we go. So I'm walking you in the door. It's quite tricky. So let's just pan down here. Yes, that's the tracing paper I trace with. Then here, yes, I collect Lego. That's where I showed you I was working the other day. So yeah, stuff's spewing out there. Yes, there's things down here. And then around here. Bit of stuff here. Okay. So now I'm going to tidy it and I'll show you it when it's tidy. Don't have too high hopes, please. Okay, well, I thought I'd make you chuckle. I said I'd got some vlogs to film. Well, here I am in one of them. I have my gorgeous Die Hard is a Christmas movie necklace on, and a vintage Christmas cardie on, and a handmade top underneath. I got to get changed again now because I'm filming my actual Sunday sews for today. I will show you the finished room. It's almost there, but you're just going to have to hold on a minute. Right, let me get changed for my Sunday sews. I'll be back. Right, here I am. I'm in a different outfit because I've just filmed my Sunday sews. I realise it's already 11 o'clock and it's not gone up. So I need to get that downloaded, edited and uploaded. I also need to finish this room, and OMG, I'm cold. I need to go back and put something warmer on because the lack of heating, I'm beginning to feel that. If you want to know what I'm wearing, I go into it in my Sunday sews that you can go back and watch, and I've only got 2 hours till the virtual social and I haven't cut the things out yet that I want to cut out, so better get a wiggle on. Right everyone, took a bit longer than I planned because I've just hoovered the floor as well, but here we go. You can see the desk. Yes, that's still got to be sorted out, but let's pan round, look at the floor. I think we'd all agree that's a darn sight better. So what I'm going to do now is get ready for my virtual social, and I'll show you how I've got ready. Okay, and breathe. Let me have a look. There is 9 minutes to go, so I've got the squeaky floorboard until the social starts, the virtual social. I've got my machine set up. If you remember this morning, you couldn't even see the wood on there. Laptop ready for lovely friends in squares. Over here are all my sewing projects that I want to sew lined up and cut out ready. I've got my basket of bits there, my pins and my clips and my glasses and over here a snack and drink. So I am ready to go. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to log in because I've got to let people in, etc. And I'll do a little bit later so you can see how it goes. Okay, right. It is 7 minutes to 10 p.m. on Sunday. I'm normally in bed by now. I'm not because, let me just swing around a bit. The light's a bit better if I swing around like that. That's better. I'm not because I needed to finish a couple of bits of sewing, one of them being something that's being posted to Christine tomorrow for our advent calendar thing. Oh, crazy hair now. So normally, yes, I'd be in bed by now, winding down, but I needed to finish up. I'm now going to wash my hair over the sink because there's still no heating or hot water. So I've boiled a kettle and I'm just glad I've got short hair at this point, wash it over the sink. I had a lovely virtual social today. Thank you to everybody that came. We had a lovely time. There was lots of great chat. We chatted about things such as how to look after your sewing machine, Black Friday sales and what people have bought or tried not to buy, random chat about people's pets, and through the chat we've ended up, that's it, we were talking about work Christmas dues, and a lot of us realised we haven't got a work Christmas due this year, so we're having on 17th of December at 7 p.m. a virtual Christmas party for about an hour and a half. You can wear your fancy outfit or post a picture of your best outfit. We're going to have a quiz, and it won't be a raffle, it'll be a prize for the best outfit. We'll do anonymous voting, and as I say, you don't have to wear the outfit, you can post a picture of it. If you think you'd like to come, do drop me a message and I'll send you the link. It won't be the normal booking, it will just be like a link. It's just an hour and a half, so whew, it's been a busy day today. I almost got all the sewing I wanted done, but not quite. See you soon. Morning everyone, last day of my week in the life. I do not have me made on at all today. I've got an old Bowden cardigan on, like a knit sleeveless and vintage skirt. Okay, here I am about to head home. Been a busy day at work. I'll put a picture in here of me with a lift selfie. Lifty, is that what it's called? I don't know. I've had a message from the other half. The guy is there fixing the boiler, so fingers crossed. I got heating. I am doing something exciting but still top secret with Jess this evening, and I'm going to try and cram in some more sewing. I've got to get to the post office to send Christine's advent gift, and I need to post the winner of the virtual social her prize. It's winging it's all the way to the US, so I've got to get that done. I managed to squeeze in a bit of sewing this morning at 7 o'clock. and it's amazing what you can get done in 20 minutes. Never underestimate a quick 20-minute burst, I would say. Sometimes we can get a bit precious about how much, but I can definitely do something meaningful in 20 minutes. Now I need to go and brave the traffic and to get home, and I'll catch up with you for the end of my week. Yeah, then get it posted for you all to watch. Okay, right. This is the best I can do with light, everyone. So, end of week in the life. Whew. Today has been a bit of a day. The last I think you heard from me was before I headed home from work. And by the way, yes, I am in my dressing gown. I'll explain in a minute. So the answer is no, we do not have a working boiler. Good news though, they've managed to fix the immersion. So yes to hot water, hence why I'm in my dressing gown. Because I managed to have a bath because we don't have a shower. And yes, my hair is wet, but I thought I would show you my hair when it's wet. And then I'll go and dry it in a minute and then show you, because I realised when I was doing Get Ready With Me the other day, I didn't do anything with my hair. And I'll explain why in a second. So we're probably not going to have a boiler for a week. So there's a blow heater, there's an oil heater, but happy days, got some hot water and it'll work out. But yes, it's about to be some of the coldest days we've had so far, isn't it? So I've had a bath, and as I said, I realised I hadn't shown you getting my hair ready, and there's a reason for that, because I don't do anything to get my hair ready. I might occasionally use a little bit of hairspray or something just to deal with like a Mr. Magica bit that might stick up from sleeping on it, but I don't have straightener or anything. I'm not showing off or anything. I'm just showing you the reality of my hair. So as long as I blow dry it, and I don't do big curly blow dries, I mean dry it in the direction I want it at night, when I wake up in the morning, it's put a brush through it, and as I say, a little bit of hairspray if I need it, and that is it. So there's nothing really to show you. Want to say thank you to everybody who sent me lovely emails about the virtual social. I've had some really lovely emails saying thank you. I really love doing it. So so how do I want to end my week in the life? Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. Sewing is squeezed in between. I did think about like calling my vlog Sewing in Between because it is squeezed in between everything else. But I love it, and I love the community that's building up out of it. So I thought I would end with something I've been thinking about lately, and it comes from a book that I came across this time last year. BBC Radio 4 did it as like Book of the Week or something, and it's called Wintering, and it's by, I think it's Kath or Kay Williams. I'll put a picture in here so you can see it. And it's a book about taking inspiration from nature, about sometimes needing rest and recovery from life's hard times. And it's a really powerful book, and it also fits with other things I've read about how we as humans should season like nature does. I think in the world we live in today, where you can get strawberries at any time of year and you can wear a t-shirt at any time of year, sort of do whatever you want whenever, to an extent, we can lose the seasonality of life. And I know our sewers actually are hanging on to that seasonality because we're sewing for the seasons and making plans for the seasons, which I think is a really lovely thing and helps us to keep connected with the seasons, which is really important, because how many times can I say the word season? Because if life is like full pace all the time, it doesn't do us any good. We've got to have time to rest and recover. Now, we don't have to do that with the traditional seasons that we get in the Northern Hemisphere, away from the equator where we are. It could be when it works for you. I know I don't get up as early in the winter as in the summer. I know I sort of slow my pace and I'm more, is it Hyde? I'm sure I've said that wrong, and I'm sorry if I've said that wrong. I get more snuggly. I've noticed people really embracing like sort of the snuggling down, the hot chocolate, the decorating the houses, the reading more books, and I think it's good for us to change our pace, because really that's not what capitalism wants. And actually, I just wanted to share with you that I think life should go in phases and peaks and troughs, and sometimes we will need to hunker down, and sometimes we will be our bright, shiny, sunshiny self. And I do hope that you are all finding your way to season and look after yourself. I know that when I've had difficult times in my life, different things work at difficult times, but it's been about being conscious. I have to watch myself to not pull away from everyone when I'm struggling, and just go in on myself. And I need that to an extent, but not so much that I lose the connection and the joy with people, and also not talk to people. And also I think that we need to be kind to ourselves and not expect ourselves to be perfect and full on and this and this. And this time of year can be really hard for that. And there's a big waffle for me about that. Really interesting book, Wintering. Highly recommend it. I hope you enjoyed coming with me on a very varied random week. I will be back soon to talk to you about the Christmas Vlogmas tour. I will also be back to show you my gifts to November. I see you soon, lovely people, and have a great week. Bye.